Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. The video didn't even start yet. Y'all are realest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. This case has been not really a case, it's not even a case or a trial right now, but this topic has been trending all throughout social media. The news article has been going crazy on it, all this, that, and the third. And if I remember, I put the I at the top. I put the link in the description because I already covered this. I'm slowly but surely starting to make my little videos and chopping them up into shorts and things like that because I just wanted to make sure that I show the importance of, or yeah, the importance of. I shouldn't really say that. The difference between when one person is doing something versus the other. At the end of the day, like I said in the first video, this should have never gotten this far. The fact that all this happened over a parking spot, it's insane. But guess what? We're here now, so now we have to deal with it. You cannot sit there and approach someone. Like I said in the first video, the woman probably was the aggressor. The woman probably was the one that agitated him and was doing all this, that, and the third. But the minute you see somebody pull a goddamn gun out and point it and is leveling the gun towards you, that is your cue to get your ass out of Dodge. And the fact that Buddy kept advancing towards her, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's very telling. It's very telling. Was she the aggressor? Or was she the one that's doing self-defense? We don't know. We gotta let the courts do their job and make the decision. At the end of the day, what happened should have never happened. And you do not approach it. First of all, you don't approach anybody, whether they was armed or not. But you don't approach anyone the way that Bart Diguglielmo, whatever his name is, did to that woman. I want y'all to pay attention to the difference. Because they was making excuses for Kyle Rittenhouse. They was making excuses for George Zimmerman. They were making excuses for Rick Chow. They were making excuses for all these guys. They made excuses for Amber Geiger. Amber Geiger kicked down Botham Jean's door and shot him on a couch in his underwear eating ice cream. They made excuses for her. But now we got a black woman who's backing up, who said, from the witnesses was saying, who said multiple times, please leave me alone, back up or I will shoot. And he still kept advancing on her. Let's get into this video, y'all.
This type of framing is intentional. It seeks to paint the aggressor as the victim and the victim as the aggressor in an attempt to put political pressure on the Broward County State Attorney's Office to charge this black woman for defending herself. If you just looked at this headline, you would have no idea that there is a video showing this man, a 62-year-old Army veteran, okay, charging after this woman and this woman retreating. You would see her, gun in hand, still retreating, trying to get him to stop chasing after her. She goes around multiple different vehicles to try to get away. And keep in mind, in the state of Florida, a stand your ground state, you have no duty to retreat from an imminent threat. And if
really quick, let me go ahead and read. As a Florida native,
treat.
Let me read this really quick, y'all. Let me read this really quick. 776.013 Home protection, use or threatened use of deadly force, presumption of fear or of death or great bodily harm. Section 1, a person who is in dwelling or residence in which the person has a right to be, has no duty to retreat, and has the right to stand his or her ground and use threat or threaten to use. Section 1A, non-deadly force against another when and to extent that the person reasonably believes such conduct is necessary to defend himself or herself or another against the other's imminent use of unlawful force. Section 1B, deadly force, he or she reasonably believes that using or threatening to use such force is necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself or herself or another to prevent the imminent commission of a forcible felony. What do we have here, y'all? We have Section 1. Not Section 1B, not Section 1A. We have Section 1. A person who is in dwelling or residence in which the person has a right to be, no duty to retreat, has the right to stand his or her ground, use or threaten to use deadly force. To use deadly force. Says it right here. Have no duty to retreat. What was she doing? She was backing up. She was retreating. She was backing up. She was retreating. Let's keep going.
From an imminent threat. And if you're charging at someone aggressively over a parking space, who knows what you're going to do? I don't understand what we're saying here. And then, okay, some news outlets did have his daughter. And of course, any loss of life is sad. It is horrible. And the daughter was crying and the daughter was upset. And then they go on to say that the daughter was estranged from the father for quite some time, but they did not give a reason for the estrangement.
What did I say in the first video? What did I say in the first video, y'all? I said, well, why is it that there was some sort of an estrangement between the daughter and the father? Was it because he was abusive? He was an alcoholic, a drug addict? He was the person that's always being aggressive? They did not specify. But what they did specify was that there was some sort of an estrangement between the father and the daughter, so much so that the daughter cut the father off for the last however many X amount of years, which is a very long time. That is very telling. That lets you know that something happened that was so bad to the point where the daughter, a grown-ass woman, says, hey, yo, I don't want nothing to do with my father for an extended period of time. What happened? Will all that come to light? Will all of that come to trial? Time will tell. Let's keep going.
Understand when the New York Post reports stuff like this, they are trying to rile up a base of people to put political pressure on the state attorney's office to charge this woman for a crime that is not a crime. It is not a crime to defend yourself from a threat. And yes, again, any loss of life is very sad, but you have the ability, you have the right to defend yourself if somebody is charging after you.
Y'all know I really don't like promoting people TikToks like that, but shout out to Black Belt Babe. Shout out to you. I do my due diligence to see if she has a YouTube channel of any sort. So, I'll make sure to tag her channel and things like that. Y'all know how I like to do. But I want to play something really quick, y'all. I want to play the first 20 seconds really quick.
This type of framing is intentional. It seeks to paint the aggressor as the victim and the victim as the aggressor in an attempt to put political pressure on the Broward County State Attorney's Office to charge this Black woman for defending herself.
Trayvon Martin was unarmed when he got murdered outside of his home or in his complex outside of his home. Underage, was stalked by a grown-ass man which, by the way, the police or the dispatch told him, hey, stop stalking that person and sit there and wait for the police. To which he continued to stalk Trayvon Martin. People were saying they tried to defend George Zimmerman. Oh, well, Trayvon Martin was attacking him. What do you mean he was attacking him? Why was he following him? What are you talking about? Well, Trayvon Martin was hitting George Zimmerman's head on the concrete. Why was he following him? The dispatch told him to stay in his car and wait. And George Zimmerman, what he said? Well, I don't know where I'm at. Let me see if I can try to find an address. Let me try and see if I can find a door number, a street number of some sort. Y'all was in the dog walk path, in the back, usually in the center of the complex. Usually, for the most part, the door numbers or the apartment numbers is on the outside facing the street, facing the side, the outside sidewalk, not the inside dog walk where the dog path is. Y'all defended that. Cal Rittenhouse, y'all defended him. Drove over state lines with the gun to go and defend a store that wasn't his store, and then started fearing for his life First of all, why are you here? Y'all defended that. Black woman who's getting approached aggressively with a dude that she's repeated said over and over and over again, leave me alone, back up, I will shoot. As I stated in the first video, y'all, 9 times out of 10, they're going to find her guilty and she's probably going to do life, if not get the death penalty. I'm going to keep that same energy when I say black people, these laws are not meant for us. Y'all are going to learn, and you're going to learn the hard way. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, be safe for her, cuz.